everybody! Happy Thursday! Well, as you may have seen some of my pictures online, I gave my office a makeover! So I'm really excited to use my new space. This is where I'll be vlogging most of the time. Today I'm doing something very fun and interviewing my husband, Peter Hollens. Many of you watch him on YouTube and have a lot of questions. So I hope I ask some of those questions today, and maybe this will spark another interview and you can post some of your questions down below. So here goes my interview with Peter Hollens.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Tell me, what?
I think Ashland wants to be in the interview.
So, what was the question? I have to keep going. Smiley babies!
Well, hi, honey.
Hello, hi. Hello, peoples of the internets.
I don't usually get this cozy with anyone else I interview, but... Pardon some of the baby noise. Ashland's right there.
We have an audience of one. Live.
Hi, sweet boy.
He's gonna tell us if we're funny or not.
I'm gonna take his picture and then put up the angle that we see right now because it's really cute. Okay, so I'm gonna interview you.
Let's do this.
What do you think?
I'm so excited. Ashland's excited.
Yeah, honey. So my first question is, when did you start singing?
I started singing when I was 14 years old, when I begged my mom to let me drop my French class going into high school, and she said, sure, you can do that only if you take choir. And I was like, well, that seems silly. Why would a guy ever sing? So that was a really good decision, because that kind of led me down the path to everything else in my life that brought me happiness.
When did you get involved with Acappella?
I got involved in Acappella my freshman summer after my first year, when I met my buddy Leonardo Silva, and we founded University of Oregon's On the Rocks, which was the only a cappella group in the Northwest at the time. A cappella is awesome. The first time I ever heard any a cappella song was in middle school when I was listening to cassette tapes of... That was funny, huh? Yeah, I was listening to cassette tapes. Oh, son!
Oh my gosh, she's never done this before.
You're amazing. Hi! Oh my god!
So why YouTube?
Well, YouTube at the time, after the sing-off, was the best place to distribute music. And I had seen my buddy, who's now my friend, Mike Tompkins, doing it, and I was like, oh, this is so cool! Why am I recording all these other collegiate a cappella groups when I could record myself and be able to work on my own schedule, record in my underwear? You can't really see anything underneath. So you don't even know if I'm naked. You have no idea. I'm just kidding, mostly. YouTube was the place to release music so that people could find it. I mean, the whole point of making music is to let other people listen to it and to inspire them and hopefully have them follow their passion and do the same.
So you've worked with some amazing YouTubers, Lindsay Sterling, Mike Tompkins, Nick Patera, if you guys saw the Wicked Medley.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, you should. It'll be right here. You can click on it. You can click at it.
What do you think is the importance of collaboration?
I think collaboration is the key to any kind of music career. Collaboration is key because YouTube was built upon a foundation and an ecosystem where everyone was helping one another. And not only is collaboration something where you can work together in the same video, but collaborating from like a standpoint of somebody who's one of your peers, and you know, maybe fellow YouTubers filming your video or editing your video and you returning the favor, but sharing one's audience with another YouTuber, I think, is the entire purpose of collaboration. I mean, it's kind of like bringing the entire ecosystem up, and so one of my favorite things to do is to collaborate, because with my brand and my niche, I only have one instrument, and it's so fun to work with other people and be able to collaborate with them, like when I get to collaborate with you. I think it's vital, from a learning standpoint, from a sharing standpoint of knowledge and support. I mean, I could talk about that specific thing forever.
So do you feel that it's important to understand the business side of the industry as well as just being an artist?
Yeah, I think this day and age it is absolutely vital to be able to be not only an artist but an entrepreneur and a business person, so that you completely grasp the entire 360 of everything it means to run a business, to run your brand, to be an artist. It is just as important making a great song as it is to being able to market that song and to make sure that you aren't getting taken advantage of by all these people in this industry who are trying to take a piece of you and really give you nothing back. I mean, there's so many people trying to get a piece of the pie and there's really not that much pie, you know? Like, you need to be able to do it all yourself, and you're going to need to be able to communicate with any team members so that you can understand, you know, the basics of editing, the basics of recording, the basics of mixing, the basics of marketing yourself. If you think that you can just get away with writing a song and putting it up there and then just letting it sit there, no one's going to find it. If you don't know how to market yourself and you don't know how to get yourself out there, you need to know how to do virtually everything. Evynne's going to leave a link down below. There's a little Q&A thing that I have on my website that's kind of like the beginner's guide to, yes, being a musician online. So please check that out, because I already have a lot of basic questions answered with links to go to stuff, you know, equipment and whatnot. So please look at that, because I think that could be really helpful. Alright, so we now have a guest head that might be bobbing around. Hi everybody, this is Ashland. He doesn't have a babysitter right now, so we are shooting a vlog holding a child.
Yay! Our son has good timing, because my next question is, how has being a father changed your life?
Oh my goodness. It's just made everything so much more worthwhile. I mean, God, I mean, like, let's look at this guy. So I think the easy answer is that I have a lot less time. I sleep much less.
Your winkle!
You dropped your winkle. Is this really called a winkle?
Yep.
A winkle, ladies and gentlemen.
He loves his winkle.
Okay, this is not a brand placement. I value my time a lot more, which I think is important for being a musician, to be able to know that your time is valuable. My breaks are much more rewarding, because I get to play with this little guy. But everything is just better. Everything gets better when you have a kid.
So now I'm going to check
the Twitter.
Are you planning to come to London anytime soon?
Oh my gosh, I would go to London in a heartbeat if we could afford it. I would love to be able to perform there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love London.
Love to go to London.
Okay, so Lee Kokol asks, how do you choose people to make art with?
Well, I choose people who inspire me. Fanda people. Fanda.
We're Merfandas.
Fanda.
That was a fun collab.
It was. I choose collab partners that I feel like will be able to really bring something to the table, and because I do produce all the content myself. Usually, I try to work with people with greater influence, so that what I give them is a genre of music that they've never shown to their fans before, and I produce it, and I put hundreds of hours in, and then it's a really good value proposition. So it's like, hey, you need to do 3 hours of work, and I'll do 150, and you get this thing, and then and then we'll split the proceeds and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, it's I don't know, it's what I usually do, and I usually pick people that I think are fun and talented, and I love working with people, and the YouTube community is just so kind and awesome, and so I just like collaborating.
Shannon House says, what's your favorite part about singing?
My favorite part about singing is that it just comes like just straight out of me all the time. I mean, you know this. I will sing everywhere, all the time, at any time, really. I mean, in the grocery store, in the shower, while I'm going to the bathroom, while I'm brushing my teeth, while I mean, I'll be harmonizing with the toothbrush. I'll be harmonizing with the dryer. It needs to get out of me. So it's just something that makes me happy, and something that is just so genuine to who I am as a person. And like, I was put on this earth obviously to sing and to share, what I love to do, and that's what I love to do.
Okay, Landon Chun asks, when did you decide to learn and practice how to sing?
I think actually the practice side came because of my desire to compete, because back in high school I wanted to be in the best choir, and then when there was solo and ensemble like a competition, I wanted to win, and I wanted to be the state champion, and I wanted to be the best, and I think that comes from being competitive and a perfectionist. So I started practicing when I wanted to get better, and I think that comes down to just who I am as a person. I'm pretty competitive.
Well, that leads me to my question. How often do you practice, and do you also do vocal warm-ups?
How often do I practice now? Not enough. How much time do I actually have time to practice? None. So that kind of answers that. Vocal warm-ups? Occasionally. I mean, usually I start singing early in the morning when I want to do lower parts, so warming up actually isn't advantageous because my voice is lower in the morning, and so I will do bass parts and stuff. So Sara asks, who's on diaper duty at 3 a.m.? Okay, I would just like to say at 3 a.m. for the first 2.5 months I was on diaper duty.
Totally were.
So for the last month you have been on diaper duty at 3 a.m.
But He's been asleep at 3 a.m. the last 2 nights!
Yeah, so finger crossed that he keeps that up because that will lead to more music and more sanity. Oh, you're doing so good, bud.
Yeah. He's like,
Any more?
how can I eat this winkle?
How can I eat? It's a winkle, ladies and gentlemen.
Last question. If you weren't doing music, what would you do?
Okay, if I wasn't doing music and you asked me this question when I was 16, I would say a meteorologist.
I love that.
If you would have asked me when I was 12, I would say a veterinarian. If you'd asked me now, I would say I would love to be able to work for a startup like Patreon or Louder or something that's actually evoking change in the music industry. I wouldn't mind being a manager for an artist, now knowing all I do know. I really love giving advice and consulting with my peers because, like I said earlier, like there's just a lot of people that are trying to take advantage of artists, and I think I know at least the basics so that I can help educate my peers, and it's very important to know what you're worth. Okay. Cheers!
Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been lovely. I love this.
Next week, Peter can get me back
By what?
I think it's time that we did the husband does my makeup tag. But then
Oh yeah.
I get to put some mascara on these babies.
Oh, that's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be fun though.
Chichika.
Bye! So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview. Make sure to come back next week for the much anticipated husband doing my makeup. And if you're really a diehard, you'll come back even the week after to see me do Peter's makeup. Because if you've seen his eyelashes, we've got to put some mascara on those. So thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Alright, bye!
Your smiley pants. Hi, son. You are my sunshine, my lonely sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. You just said please take my sunshine away.
I was distracted.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I.